Bigfoot, also commonly referred to as Sasquatch, is a purported ape-like creature said to inhabit the forests of North America. An Oklahoma state lawmaker has introduced a bill to establish a Bigfoot hunting season. If you want or need more info on that, search for a Bigfoot hunting license using your favorite search engine. Now, I'm thinking if you are to hunt a Bigfoot, you may as well eat it. After all, according to size descriptions, there must be about 400 or 500 pounds of meat on the beast. So how do you go about butchering a Bigfoot? This video will not be very detailed, as such may be offensive to many people. In fact, it is very much like butchering a bear. As far as taste, I believe it to be similar to bear meat, although some claim it's like monkey or human. Cut the throat right after shooting Bigfoot. With a hunting knife, insert just above the breastbone at a 45-degree angle toward the head, and make the cut outwards and away from you to avoid being flushed with blood. You should have been able to sever the carotid artery and jugular vein in one movement. Never cut into the skin through the hair, you need to cut through the skin and out. This avoids the knife slipping and cutting you or some other part of the animal. So, it's point in, then cut out. Any leg movements after killing and sticking are merely unconscious muscle reflexes that are initiated by synapses that come from the spinal cord, not the brain itself. This is because the brain would already be non-functioning after being severely damaged enough to initiate brain death. Even decapitated animals will kick out or appear to struggle. Remove the head and testes immediately. Removal of the testes is only applicable to the slaughter of a male Bigfoot. This is so that the meat doesn't get tainted. Be careful when removing the testes because the beast may still be involuntarily kicking out. The head should be removed by cutting all the way around with the hunting knife, careful to keep the blade between the skin and flesh, never into the hair, and cutting outwards but never towards you. Remove the lower arms and hands. Stick the point of the knife into the elbow joint and cut outwards, keeping the point of the knife in the cartilage and cutting around, until you can completely remove the lower arm. You undress the carcass on the ground like with any wild game, such as deer, moose, bear, etc. Note that you could do this for skinning the front of the animal, but not for removing viscera and splitting the carcass. Hoisting the carcass to a tree will make splitting it a lot easier. The most simple method would be using a pulley system, similar to that shown in this image. Before hoisting to the tree, remove the lower legs and feet. Skin the legs just like with removing the arms mentioned above, only up to the knee joint, not past it, then saw through the bone below the knee, not above the knee joint when you have the carcass hanging. Now you can hoop the knee joint or just above it and hoist the beast to the tree for the remaining butcher process. Start skinning the animal. You need to work from the legs to the neck front to back. To do this, use the following 8 steps. Step 1. Slip the sharp-pointed knife into a slit made above the knee and cut around the knee, cutting outwards. Step 2. With the knife between the flesh and the skin, slice a line down each leg to the midline, then all the way down to the neck. Step 3. Using your skinning knife, begin at the junction where the leg cuts meet the midline cut. Grasp the hide with one hand and pull hard, out and down for hanging, up and out for carcasses on the ground, to create tension as you use your knife to separate the hide from the flesh. Place your knife firmly against the hide with the cutting edge turned towards the hide at a slight angle. Keep pulling the hide away with your hand and keep slicing down into the side until the belly and rib cage is completely skinned. Note, you may want to wash down this area at this point to remove any dirt or other contaminants before proceeding to the rest of the skinning process. Step 4. Start skinning the legs by starting at the top of the Y and skinning the hide up and over the groin, scrotum. The hide tends to be tautest here, so you need to be especially careful if you're wanting to save the hide. Just like with skinning the belly, pull the hide out and down to create tension as you work. Fat is good when skinning the beast as it makes it relatively easy to skin, so you should leave as much fat on the carcass as possible. Step 5. Continue skinning over the anus to the tailbone. Give a sharp jerk downward to sever it from the vertebrae. Step 6. The weight of the hide itself will help skin the rest of the carcass for you. Work all around the Bigfoot until you reach the forefront of the carcass.